Well, try again. If this isn't going to run, and we'll just have to.
Yeah, I think it's the right thing because it's just given me a notification it's being live streamed as well. I think it's the right thing. It's just given me I think it's the right thing because it's given me
Okay. Anyway, we can turn everything off so it actually looks like it might be working now. I think what I have to do in moving forward would be to actually have a separate link rather than try to share links all the time, and it just doesn't seem to do the business. So we're running a wee bit late now, but PPI, boom, 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 boom. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Live chat. Right. Okay, let's get going. Oh, Mr. Paul Scouse. Right.
Morning.
So, morning, afternoon, morning. Right. Yeah. So after that debacle, we're back on live again. Flipping heck. Remind me, Mr. Scouse or Paul, are you Paul Trader on YouTube?
No, that's not me.
No, it's other guys. Well, with the scanner that's been running, someone said on the scanner on all the chat, why don't you do a video to explain how the scanner works? And I thought, oh, well, that's a good idea, isn't it? So I've been doing a video on how the actual scanner works for people so they can see how the scanner works, because it's making people quite a lot of money every week, every day it's been running. So straight after this, probably an hour, hour or so, I've just been editing it. It'll go on YouTube as how to use a scanner. So I haven't done the US Open bits and bobs, but I can see here. I'm just looking at the PCI data, must have been good. So the PCI data 130, that's the producer price index. What that came in at, estimated at 3, came in at 3.6, which means a high reading for the dollar. High reading for the dollar means the US markets will almost initially always go down, because the US markets with a higher and stronger dollar will be more expensive for foreign investors. Conversely, gold will shoot up. And if you can see here on gold, gold always goes up on a high dollar. So if you remember this morning, we were talking about the market bouncing back into my target area to buy. And we put that on the daily edge as well. Donka, 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 donka. I'm saying that, I'm sure I put it on the daily edge. These are the trades. FTSE shot up, great. That's worked. DAX shot up, great. Gold. And yeah, ideally 5175 down into 5160. Market needs to dip into there to buy. And if you had the gold bots on, you've mashed it on the gold bots, and we also 15-minute bars, really good. I know the guys that have been using the scanner have been typing in there saying it's done really, really well. So if you've come over from the scanner into the live trading, hi guys, on YouTube. Have I typed anything again? Hi, chart master. Oh, great. Thanks for coming on. Hi guys. Where's my typer Rooney? Where can I type? Don't seem to be able to type anywhere. Switch accounts, best put my account on, hadn't I? So I can type. For some reason, YouTube is putting the chimp up. I don't know whether it thinks I'm a chump or whether it's just doesn't flipping work. Hi guys. So if you've come over from the scanner, great, nice to see you. Now on live, and then we can flip back onto the scanner still running in the background, and I'll show you that later. So long explanation. Gold would have gone up, should have gone up, will go up. We've broke all our targets. The high targets today was, the first target was 52.17. We hit that, and then the next target above that is what did I put? 52.59 up into here, just for the Fibo extension. So that's the next target, and we're looking at hopefully a pullback in a 15-minute bar on that one. So because of the PC data, we do not do the gap on the Dow. I think I would like to concentrate on US 500. It's below CBOS at the moment. It is a negative market. Just going to the 4-hour, you can see here the market's trading under the 200 4-hour EMA. The PC data on a stronger dollar saw the market coming down, and now it's come down again. So if the market opens under CBOS, and it is, Camarilla breakout short, the market is likely to continue in the same direction. But I've chosen the S&P 500 to have a crack at it today with gold, amongst others, is the market is absolutely full of Mickey Longs. In other words, everyone just wants to buy the S&P, and they keep buying the S&P regardless. So what I would like to be able to see here, if we get down into the detail a little bit, as a 15 minutes, we do have a closing gap all the way here. And under here, you can see the daily low. That's the X gap, an extreme gap. And the likelihood of the extreme gap of being filled is very, very high. So we were looking for in 3 minutes for the market to open and at least give CBOS a tap. Now, the ATR today on the S&P is 12 at a 15% ATR. So really, we want to be at least 12 pips away. A double ATR, which would be ideal, would be 24 pips away to actually run a steal on a closing gap trade. But I'm interested on a 5-minute fracker. Where's the fractals? Here we are, there's the fractals. A 5-minute fractal above Camarilla breakout short. That's what I'm really interested in. And the markets yesterday, well, markets exhibiting a bit of a risk-off, cautious situation in America only. In Europe, it's risk-on. Everything's really positive. Mining companies are doing well. Banks are doing well. Defense is doing well. America, not so good. S&P down 0.5%. NASDAQ down 1%. And that, again, comes down to really NVIDIA and the greed of the shareholders on NVIDIA, although NVIDIA did do some pretty good figures. NVIDIA dropped 5%, stock fell 5% on the earnings. People wanted more money back on earnings rather than the money going into AI for capital investment. But the way the traders look at NVIDIA, don't look at other stocks. For instance, Rolls-Royce, that had a nice jump of 9%. And what happened? 40% jump in annual profit. Not the billions that NVIDIA did, but the stock market moved up. The stock, not the stock market, moved up 9%, and that was really, really good. So you can see with the AI, even when AI companies do exceptionally well, if shareholders are disappointed, the stock goes down. So market's open now. What we're looking for is a break above Camarilla breakout long. This is the daily close, and this is what's known as the X gap, extreme gap. Let's get into 2 minutes. And what generally happens with an X gap, the market makers are trying to close the cash traded time, and the X gap is the cash traded time. And that's the low of the day, and the cash close was on the way up here yesterday. So there's a big hole in the market that needs to be closed. The issue we've got is the market's negative. We've got both the 1 hour and the 4 hour EMA, we're trading under that. So really, it's going to be a tough call. But if the Mickey longs come out, in other words, looking for value, then that will be that'll be bought up. Now, let's make a little red pen here. So as soon as we get over here, then it makes the market really positive to come up to the close. And again, if we are trading above here and we come to the daily pivot, then we'll get all the pivot boys trying to buy the market as well. So it's a suck it and see, if you will. There is no high probability trades at the moment. The issue with the market obviously coming down is on the back of a flipping good result from NVIDIA and the PC data coming down. Value of the dollar going up, which has brought the market coming down. So really, we want to be seeing the market coming back above Camarilla breakout short to give us an opportunity to go with market function, and the market function is to try and close the gap. So at the moment, you can see we're kind of stuck in these levels here. A base on there. I wouldn't want to chance my arm by trying to trade that and hoping that the Mickey longs do come in. We do not want to do hold. We want to trade what we see, and what we see at the moment is a breakaway trade. But I'm not keen on doing a breakaway trade. I'd be more interested in buying the lows down here and buying a call option to close the gap. I'd be interested in 6,900 calls if we come all the way down here today, looking for a market recovery. Let's just put a Fibbo on this. So the market's come, it's broken down, it's bounced off the 78.6 Fibbo. So this could easily be the base, and the Fibonacci traders looks like they're defending the 78.6 retrace. So that's good. Yeah, that's good. So let's get back into some 5 minutes. We want to see a consistent break above. We want a 5-minute fractal above CVOS. I'm going to put an alert on that one. Let's have a look at gold, because the market coming back up, we've often seen gold and the US markets all going up in tandem, but the gold responded to a stronger dollar and the uncertainty with Iran, Iraq, and the uncertainty about trade tariffs, you know, the temporary 10% that's on could go up to 15. We'll see. Ideally, gold, as the markets seem to recover, gold will start to just have a little relax back after that, this nice surge today. So if we can get a pullback, that'd be nice. It's like this morning with the guys on the scanner, everyone keen to press the button. But until we got into this area here, there was no reason to press any buttons, and the market just took off. So the bots have been in and out. Just have a look at the gold bots. All the gold bots are switched on now. The run-up we had on the FTSE, leading the charge is banks, AstraZeneca, Relix. We've got Shell and BP. We had a long trade on gold, or quickly on crude. I did do the crude trade this morning. I don't think anyone in my room did that, but the crude trade, absolute blinder. Lovely trade, smashed full target. So very happy about that. The FTSE, because crude has come up, crude drags the FTSE up. I'm just looking at the Shell and BP are really high up, and we've got the miners as well, Rio Tinto and Glencore are really on the push as well. So we should see the FTSE running. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE. Oh, right, okay, we've got a trade on there. Did have a trade on there. Right, okay. So my target today that got blown out of the water, we hit our target of 10,897. We did not close the gap. There's an open gap here. To show you there, from there, there's an open gap here. It hasn't been closed yet. If you notice the daily high, which I explained before, is the X gap or extreme gap. That was closed quite quickly on the opening bell. Market comes screaming down. We traded it coming down, and then we protected our profits by locking in 0.5%. The risk was that the market would have the daily high, which is extreme gap, cleared, and then that would attract buyers. And indeed, it attracted buyers. So we only made 0.5% on that this morning. But as soon as the market took off, then that's fine. This doesn't count. This is a robot. We've got this robot again trading. It's done extremely well. So we've got robots trading the DAX and the FTSE, and they've got between 81 and 83% hit rate, which is really, really nice. So we've been testing them all the way through February, and today's the last trading day. So we'll have a review of those next week. The DAX did say the DAX would have a rise in the afternoon, as it done where it typically does on a Friday. Right, so we've had that low. So here we are. This is where I was looking to. I didn't trade this. This is where we had the order. If you're going to put some orders in, that's where the orders would have gone, and that's where the stop should have been. I didn't do it. That's where the stop should have been, and that would have been your one-to-one risk reward. So well done to anyone in my trading room that actually took that. I didn't. So these low tests are always keen to be took up, especially on a DAX, especially on a Friday. So if you are a DAX trader, do you trade the DAX, Andy? Or Paul, do you do these?
Yeah, I trade the DAX all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I like the DAX.
Yeah, I do it every now and again.
I've got an order on the DAX now, actually, at 25 to 80.
25 to, all right, okay. Well, it's a good job Bridget isn't trading it.
Oh, yeah. I did check first. I did check first.
Yeah, check Bridget. Bridget's not traded this. So we want Bridget to go short, so that means the whole market will go along. I'd be interested in trading this myself. There's a fractal breakup there. It's quite interesting. The reason that it's quite interesting, first of all, as well as this normal Friday afternoon action that we all kind of get used to what the DAX does, is we've had this low test that's been rejected. So that's one big tick. The market has traded once on an impulsive wave above the 9 EMA. And it's tried one more time, and we've had a close above the 9 EMA here. We're now in Friday afternoon. So long as this, I was going to say, as long as this level holds, then we'll be happy to trade this long, but it hasn't. It's come back down, which is a shame. So what I'll be looking for now is the next bar. So what I'll be looking for here on the DAX today, that's a highlighter. Let's put a normal pen in, is to have a nice green candle followed by another nice green candle, 15 minutes, and then the 9 EMA. Coming down like so. And then with a break, with a closing break above the 9 EMA, like so, take a break of a 15-minute bar this afternoon. That's after all the news. There's no more news this afternoon, is there? That's material. We've got the Chicago PMI at 4. Not really interested in that. The producer price index will be every man and his dog with the professing to be experts in what all that means. No one knows what it means. We do know how it affects the strength of the dollar. And as a trader, that's all you really need to know. The strength of the dollar goes up, means American indices. Come down, means gold goes up. So if we know how the correlations are and what happens, then yeah. So this is being pulled down again. I think because it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, half 2 in the afternoon, so I'm going to put an alert here on around this daily pivot. And if the market can come back up and give us a 15-minute bar, I really would be interested in getting involved in that, but not in the current state. I can see the markets being influencing the DAX. So this must be on its way down. It is, isn't it? We're not getting that pull above Camarilla breakout short. So generally, as the market opens, market opens under CBOS, then we will see the market on a breakaway. So I'm not interested in trading it short because 52% of the time it does go long. But where I am interested in is being alerted if the market comes down to a nice multi-day low down here, then I would be interested in that. Certainly would be interested in that. We'll create those alerts there. So if we can get the market coming down here, then we will have a look at that and just have a look at the what's happening on the. I'll just quickly look at the daily calls for the market to come down. The market's down 1.1% today. So got the close here, which is at 6,900 area. 6,900 calls are lower than a snake's belly. Those 69 calls are 3.2 at the moment. 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. If you're interested in going on the call options, I'd be quite happy feeding a few calls in that they're absolutely cheap as chips at the moment. There's a reason for that, all the news we've just said. But on a Friday afternoon, we're at end of the month, so you generally we will generally see at the end of the month on a Friday that the market sell off into the close. However, people, the bigger institutions, want to make money. So even though the market's coming down now, we might see the market pumped up. And while I'm talking, they've gone up 50% in value. So I'm just going to get some call options at 3.8 now. So I've got some call options at 3.8 for 6,900, and reserve the right to get in again lower down. So to get on to what I was saying, it's a Friday, it's the last trading day of the month. People are going to be taking profits, but the larger institutions probably want to take a little bit more profit. And what we might actually see here is the market dipping down, then getting bought up and pushed up and pushed up, with the market makers helping them to close this gap, and then dumping the stock and the market dropping off and making profits. So what we're doing here is trying to trade the habits of an asset. because every asset, cash market here, has a habit, because the people that follow this asset are human, they're habitual. And if it's algos that are doing it, then it's humans that wrote the algos anyway. So there's a bias into the algos. And I know there's a bias in the algos because I write algos myself, and you can't help putting a bias in. So if you had bought the 6900s of 5 to the 5 now, we bought them at 3.8. So, and we can sell them into profit already, and the market is only 15 minutes old max. So does anyone in the room get the calls?
No, Steve, I wanted them,
No.
but I was a bit late. I was just on something else. Up and they'd moved up already.
Well, the 4.5 now, as long as you can get them, reasonably priced under 15, then you'd be all right today. Just my humble opinion. I'm in at 3.8. The 4.2 now, they've come down again. 4 now, 3.9. What I'd like to see is the market to come all the way down here, and then get some call options in, and then look at a 5-minute fractal off this area here.
I had it there. 3.8. I got it.
Yeah.
3.5
now. So if they keep coming down, I'll probably lower my targets, rising up, maybe to 6.8. So 6.800s are, 6.880s would be my next tranche to get in. They're 8. They're cheap as chips as well. Let's see the market come down even further. We've got to be patient. Let's see it further. I'm not going to short it. We're going to go up. The interesting thing that I want to have a little look at will be the NASDAQ, because it plummeted down yesterday. Nvidia did really well, and that shareholders didn't like that. But there is an AI boom. That's not going to go away. There's nothing wrong with Nvidia. It's making billions of profit. People are going to probably look at the NASDAQ today to see if they can get some value. So let's go and do the pivots on the NASDAQ. And let's see where the NAS is going to, see if the NAS can give us anything. Come on. Well, people see value. These are old. I'm just going to put the cash pivots in. Give me, and I'll just type these in live. Working out where have they gone? And which screen have I put them on? Where have they gone? Cash pivots. Oh dear, where have I put them? I can't see them. What screen are they on? Tell you what we'll do. Easy way to do that. We'll flick it back off and flick it back on again. There's the pivots behind this screen. Probably got too many screens. Try again. And the back. Right. So I'm very briskly put these in.
Alert triggered.
Oh heck, I've got an alert triggered now. I'll just do these quickly then. 20. So I'd like to see this come up today. I think the tech guys will get behind the NASDAQ today after dropping over 1% yesterday. We're realizing that Nvidia is a really good company. Tech is going to stay, and people will be buying the dip. So what I'm doing here is I'm typing in all the cash pivots from previous high 25, 343.97. 25 137.62. Right, so they're all the pivots. Oh, there we are. You can see. You can't make this up. Markets bounced off CBOS. Let's have a quick look. Revise up. So I was marking manually where the EMA, 4-hour EMA is, to see if the trend is slowly going up or slowly coming down, and it's flat on the 1 hour. Oh, there's some trades that we did the other day. Nice. And there is, look at that, that was yesterday's 200 EMA on the 1 hour. And it's moved up. So a lot of markets negative. That's quite absolute trading flat there. Bounce off CBOS. Closing gap, 80 on the closing gap is 62 minimum. So we want to be 62 pips away from this as a minimum. So, ideally would be 124, which is round about here. Not round about, it is round there. Brackets on. Have we broken fractal structure? Yes, we have. Let's get my pen out. So you can see the fractal structure coming down here. It's now being broken there. You never take the first fracture. You always take the second. Once the market's established after the first 15 minutes, and it has. So what we'd like to see here is a fractal form here. And for that to happen, this bar here has to close lower than this bar, and that'll form a fractal here for us to then take a break off up here. But ideally, the market will come down, put in another bar, or break this closing line here. We'll just come down, put a little nipple at the bottom here, a little pip here, and put in a fractal bottom like this. And then we'll have that gap there and there to trade, to go and get the close. So, interesting scenario potentially there. So we've got 1 minute to go. What were the alerts? So he's going to have a quick look at the alerts. Look up on a different screen. Triggered. Germany coming down. Right. So Germany coming down. It gives me the opportunity. 688. 6880 are the potential where I'm looking for the options. So absolute cheapest chips. 23 seconds to go on here. If you're in the room and looking at options, 6880 today, absolute out of balance the market on the S&P. I think the S&P is going to come up and it will pull the DAX up, and the DAX has come up on a Friday. So have a look at getting, I've just got some for 7.9. So leave that there. Quickly look at show you the DAX. Come on, I think I should have cleared on the RAM. Right, so the market's just knocking down here. So I think this area is probably good. It looks like it could be a nice rejection area, couldn't it? By the 2-day high. So 688, 6880s, which are where are we? 20. Sorry, I'm buying. I'm looking at the wrong things here. I've gone and bought the S&P and no one said anything. Oh dear, let's get the US 500 out of the way and get Germany in its place.
6880.
Yeah, for the S&P, that's me. So I'd like to get a reversal on here, but it's not really showing anything. But on the 688 on the S&P must be coming on. Yeah, it's punched its way down to the top of the resistance. So I've got the 688 on here. So there we go. If I can turn the frackers on there. I'm seeing one thing and I'm looking at multiple screens with multiple charts and probably not making sense. So we've already got a call option up to the close. We've got a call option for 6,880. And what we're waiting for to manually get in and trade this is a breakup of Camarilla breakout short. Back in CBOS, get the Mickey Longs all buy in, and let's get this show on the road. NASDAQ. So we're on 5 minutes, just to double check where we are. So what we'll probably see here now, do a permanent pen, is I'll put the lines in red that we could easily see a fractal bottom forming here. If this stays here, then you'll see that fractal bottom, and then you'll be looking at a one-to-one trade like so. If that bottom holds. Now, if the bottom doesn't hold, and you've got to be patient, then we'll just have to wait for the market to set up. It's as simple as that. Oh, what I have done, I forgot. I have actually done it now. I've done an offer for my birthday, lasts until Sunday evening. Get the words out. So if you are on the shelf wondering whether you want to learn to be a consistent trader, rather than getting Christmas presents, birth presents, they give a present to everybody else. There is an offer live today, which concludes Sunday evening at midnight for 30% off to get into my trading room. So if you're interested in that, you can either go direct on here or give me a shout for a little look around the room, or just go on the website. You can have a look at see what people think about the room, and that, you know, what they're doing, what I've been doing. But you know, we generally we do okay. We do really well, and probably considerably better than you'd believe. But there we go. I'm not going to make any wild claims on YouTube. You either want to learn to be a consistent trader and make money and change your life in the way forward, or you want to follow YouTube videos. I'm not really sure. It's good entertainment. We've got people that do it for entertainment. Not shouting any names out, but you know, some people used to waste a fortune on flying helicopters, and that probably cost a fortune every month. And now they've got a new hobby, trading. I'll shut up. Right. So we need. I can put the graph down to this drawing, can't I? Come on. There we are. That's where it's going to That's where the next fractal line's going to be. And then we've got a fractal break up here. And that'll be good.
Alert triggered.
Alert triggered. That's Germany starting to reverse. So we could be interested in Germany, and we've got to get interested in gold. So there is a fractal there. We are negative going against the trend, so we're going to do a half a percent trade on this, and we are looking at 93 pips. 93 pips, guys. 93 pips. And we're looking at a break up in this fractal here at 9,000. And want to close that gap. Ideally, you know, if we can get a one-to-one risk reward, then that's good. And we can put an alert there to cash out at a one-to-one, or you can try and extend that trade into the cash close. So we're looking for the market to build. Some of the other observations that we can make here is the market has and is trading above the 9 EMA. The market has come beyond its first fractal, and that's the second fractal. That invites breakouts. We have a fractal base here that is going to be set. We are trading above the 9 EMA, and we're closing above the 9 EMA repeatedly. We had a flat bottom here developing just under this fractal here, just there, just a bit lower than that one. And now we have a breakout, which then trigger fingers will get profits. The market will pull back. And then what we're looking for is the market to set off after confirming a fractal breakout. So that's what we're looking for on the NASDAQ. Save that and come back to that. Just have a look at the DAX, because that gives me alert of. Yeah, that started to come back up. So I'm assuming that our options will be on the, that's an indication the US 500 will be running as well. So I'm just on a quick look at the option scenario. They're just about to break into the profit. We've got a number of trades I can see on gold. So let's have a quick look at gold. I think that might be the robots trading rod. Didn't think we put anything in, did we? Yeah, they're the robots trading. So we've got that's a scalper, and that'll be the pack, and that's a Pac-Man. Scalper and Pac-Man are in, and giving it some. There is not a 15-minute bar for manual trading. These trade into the 5-minute level, and that's what they're looking for. They're trading at 5 minutes. We've got a bar trading above the 9 EMA there. We've got the bars above the 9 EMA there before American Open, but you don't trade on American Open because it can be quite volatile. The US 500s are in the money now. So let's go over to the US 500 and let's see if we can get a manual trade on that one as well. That would be good if we could. So if you want to join, give us a shout. The community can show you around. The offer for 30% off is valid until Sunday evening. Right, let's get into that detail because we want to see CBOS being broken. See the market coming down. There are fractal tops here and a fractal top there. I'll show you them. Put a fractal indicator on there, fractal top there, fractal top there, fractal. You can see where the market's coming down for people who were shorting. In other words, when you were trading under the 4-hour and 1-hour EMA, there's a fractal breakaway on the 4-hour coming down. Obviously, one risk reward, that one won as well. So did that, so did that, so did that. I'm not interested in trading it short. I'm looking at the Mickey Longs all wanting to come in and buy this market up. So as you can see here, let's put a brighter color on here. Use blue. This is our line in the sand, camera breakout long. We've got fractal structure coming down and along. That's the first breakout. We don't take the first breakout. We wait for the market to show a second breakout, and that'll be perfect. The second breakout, ideally, it'll be higher than this fractal, and that will give us a complete, no-nonsense reversal. So market, did it come down? The market came right down to the top of the area we wanted to bounce. We've got the options in. The options are in the money as well. So that's quite nice. We're making money on the options. The gold bots are making money now. US 500s are making money. Our June gold options are in the money. Silver options are in the money. US tech is burst up, and that's in the money as well. So let's see if we can get US 500 into the money as well. Just be patient. It's got to wait. Got a minute to go here. So ideally, see the structure here, want that broken. Ideally, we'll set a new fractal above that level. We've just got to be patient. It's going to take at least 5 minutes. And gold is taking off as well. US tech's 22 pips up. We're in the money on US 500. Nice. Gold bots are mashing the market. So we could do with that. We don't trade too many things and allow ourselves too much exposure, but things are moving around quite well. It's just as important, if not more important, to make sure you do not lose money. Exploit the opportunities, have the patience to do it, and always manage your risk. Right, let's see this second bar come. I'll show itself in 6 seconds time. We want this next bar trigger to actually not break this first bar here, and that will form a nice fractal here. And then want the market to come down and produce a base to give us a leg up, to get a nice one-to-one risk reward to close that gap. The gap's there. The pivot boys, as soon as they see the daily pivot hit, they'll be buying the S&P as well. And then the S&P will have gone full circle. It will be fully positive anyway. So we're just waiting. Quick flip back, show you what's going on the NASDAQ. So we're pushing into there now. We're 20 odd pips up. fractal structures are breaking away as we speak, with a base in another, well, the base will stay until the next pullback. So we've got a magnet here, which is the close, and we're looking for that gap to be closed for over 1%. What we're looking for, where's my electronic brain? Looking for 1.4% on a 1 to 1.4, a 1 to 1.4 return, yeah. So that's on its way. We've got an alert up here if you want to take full profits there. Once we get halfway there, what we usually do is we look for a 1-to-1 risk reward. So if we get an alert off here, no 1-to-1 risk reward. If we see 45 into here, then what we're going to do is move stop to entry. Manage your risk. Markets are very volatile at the moment, so we want to be managing our risk. When I have a look at, is there an opportunity to manually get into gold? We've got a 15-minute bar there, but it's a horrible one. The robots you can see have automatically moved stop to entry so they can't lose. There is a risk management function within the robot so that if there's an impulsive move, they make sure that after about 8 to 10 pips, I forget which it is now, roughly that area, they automatically move the stop to entry to protect the automatic trade. And also if the market reverses, it comes out with a very small profit. The market then, the robots then reset themselves and then they wait again to get back into the market. But we're, looking for the 61.8% fib, or first target's been whacked, which was 5217. Again, if you want to be informed every day, there is a market report here that's issued every single morning at 7:30 GMT or before. It tells you whether the market's risk on, risk off. It tells you what's happened in the previous 24 hours, smoothed out for 48 hours to catch all the news. Significant events that are going to happen today with all the different calendarization. The trades that we're going to do, try to do today, those are the trades we identified this morning, and I published about 7:15 this morning. FTSE hit, DAX hit, gold hit, another 100% clean sweep there, and then silver. These are the grade 2s. We try and use 3 opportunities a day to make 1 to 3%, and we've already done that. And then these are the secondary ones. The best secondary non-core is silver, high-grade copper, US oil, and we mashed US oil, hit the targets, as you saw before, and we smashed that. Then is the Forex. This is run all by my AI tools that I've programmed, AGI bots that scrape the market, 160 different websites, and then do the analysis, and it gives you a heads up of the top 10 to trade, either long or short, and it tells you whether to buy or a sell and the rationale behind it all. And that's issued every single day, 20 odd times a month, and it's 15 quid a month, and that's all it is. You can cancel it anytime. If you're a trader, I think personally, absolutely you need your head ready if you don't want to use artificial intelligence to get a an edge in the market. That's why it's called daily edge. I use AI plus 28 years of trading experience to define exactly what's going to happen. We forecast that around about 6 o'clock in the morning. And here we are. What was it? 3:15 in the afternoon. All our targets have been hit. But yeah, don't let me try and convince you. Yeah. So can you see there? It might have happened a bit quick, but what happened there is, as the market pulled back a bit, the Pac-Man bot bugged out and took some profit, and it's just sat in the system tray now, waiting to have another crack. So there it is. What have we got there? We've got gold relance. There's a Pac-Man that just come out. Where is it? It's, you know, oh no, it was the scalp. Yeah, the Pac-Man's out. The scalper. There's a Pac-Man reset there, waiting to go. I've got Bitcoin short in Bitcoin at the moment, and the robot short in Bitcoin. And we've got the bots just sat waiting for the right opportunity. And these are on the bench at the moment. If you want to trade gold, look at this structure. Now, these are really interesting structure here. Oh, where's my stuff gone here? I'm going to turn the trades off so you can see with a bit of clarity, get rid of that. Some of these patterns, and we don't trade patterns too much. We trade really support resistance, yes, but there's only two real patterns that we trade. One's called W for win, and the one's called the M for murder. So there's a W pattern, and that's a break going on. W for win, very consistent pattern. And then there's the other pattern, of course, that's M for murder, coming down. But we trade Icon-Ashi candles. They are excellent. And you get people try to argue against it, but it doesn't tell you the exact price. Well, do you know what? I prefer not to have the exact price and have exact money in my pocket rather than being clever with the exact price and losing money. I'm not sure. We've been going since 2019. We've never lost a week. Never lost a week since 2019. We lose a few, you know, lost sometimes 2, maybe 3 days flat, but we've never lost a week ever. The daily edge last year had an accuracy of 97%. That's not me saying that, that's independent reviews and independent analysis. 97%. And when you think about it, why wouldn't you want to have an edge of 97%? In fact, I'm not even looked in YouTube. Is there actually anybody watching? Oh yeah, there are. There's some people watching. I think I'm talking to myself, but yeah, I'm the only one that listens to me. But there we go. Right, we're getting towards me clocking off. We've done well. We don't need to do any more, really. But if you want to carry on and do some trading, then on gold, then there's a fractal. I'll turn the frackers on. Sure, there's a fractal there to break to trade. So one thing I would say is when you are trading a 5-minute fractal, to go and hit the 61.8% fibber, which the fibber points will be pushing for, you do not put the fractal in if the bottom of the fractal risk structure is broken. Wait for a new structure like so and put your stop under that structure. Make sure when you're trading a 5-minute fractal that you are actually closing above the 9 EMA as well. What I'll quickly run through, I'll show you the scanner. I'd forgot about that. So US 500 and then US Tech, and then we'll show you the scanner. So where are we here? Right. I thought I put a trade on here. No, US tech wasn't it? I put the trade on. Yeah, so we've got a fractal set there ready. So we'll put that one in. US tech. So the market's doing what we said it would do. Impulsive move. It then will pull back, and then we should get a wiggle on, and we'll see how that happens. So hang on to that, guys. Please don't snatch profits. If it's causing you angst, walk out the room, wait for a alert to go off. It's one of the key things that people lose money. They snatch the profits and let the stops get hit. And yeah, US 500. The Mickey Longs are coming in. Our options, yay. We'll make some money on the options as well today. And now you can see the US 500 here. We're looking at that breakup. Remember, second fractals. There's a second fractal. It had to be above here. And this will be a breakout on the next impulsive wave. So we're looking at 19.7. We can round that to 20. So 22 pips with a spread plus 1 to stop a double tap reversal. And we'll just go for a one-to-one risk, for God's sake. A one-to-one risk reward on that. So we're looking for that break up there of 6871. And that would be your one-to-one risk reward. There's your stop, and there's the target. Just get rid of this, delete that ruler. Put your alert on around here if you want to take your one-to-one risk reward. Now, the interesting thing here is when it gets up to a one-to-one risk reward, you will be pressing and pushing on the whole day trading momentum going to the top side as well. So you might see an acceleration. Whoops. You might see an acceleration into the close once it gets up to there. But you never know. People have traders are fickle. What I'm going to do personally is I'm going to move my limit up towards the close at 90. That'll do 908. Just a wee front run of the close. Take account for the spread. And we're looking at 37 and a 22 pip stop. Now, one of the rules are, of course, is if the fractal is broken at the bottom first before being triggered, then you cancel the trade until the next fractal structure sets up. And the next fractal structure will mean you've probably got a lower bottom. This base is set, a lower bottom. So if the fractal bottom breaks first, you need to recalculate your risk. So the scanner, which is running now, and it'll run till 9 o'clock tonight, it's already identified 3 winning trades today. So very, very quick. Is there anyone? Yeah, there's only 8 watching now. Everyone's gone, and there's a lot of people in the room. So I've done a video. I'm gonna post this afternoon. Basically, it shows you how to read the scanner. This is telling you dynamically the 16 opportunities live at this very moment, and this lists all the opportunities. It tells you how far the market's moved since it's opened, and this column tells you that it's either a buy or a sell. So if it's got 1 indicated under buy, it's a buy, a 1 under sell, it's a sell. And then these are all the timestamps to let you know exactly when all the alerts were triggered. Once you get an alert triggered, for instance, if I hit that, it'll automatically pull up the DAX with your 15-minute setup ready to go here. I've got a 9 EMA here, and we've got a 15-minute bar reversal about to roll. Perfect setup. And we'll get something else on. Let's put Euro Japani on. So this is another one that's set up at nice this morning. So this gives you the 200 EMA, shows you the market is really bullish. We have got CBOS above the 200 EMA. Hey, that's great. We're trading above the daily pivot. Brilliant. You can see CBOL being multiple rejections. You can see the 15-minute bars, loads of 15-minute bars you could have took there and earlier on. And as you can see, they all would have won, and it's been very good. That was one of the standout winners today. And what this actually does is I set this to start, and every 20 seconds, what this market does, it runs in rotation, all the opportunities, so you can actually see a 15-minute bar or a 15-minute fractal. If you don't know where a 15-minute bar is, there's a free guide in the links below. And all over 15-minute guides on my website. If you go to the website, they are there free. Click the website, got the website. So that's the daily edge. If you want to get the daily edge, trade hard on right. The stat is 97.8 for last year, and this is the guide. Just shows you how everything works, and you can subscribe to that. It's cheap as chips, £15 a month. If you don't like it, try it for 1 month, get rid of it. And this is just what people think of it. These are the guys using it. Get back to me indicators, free resources, 15-minute bar. There it is, free 15-minute bar guide. It tells you the 15-minute entry is. If you want to know how to keep hold of your money, 61% of everyone gets the trade correct, but over 70% of people fail, and that gives you the reasons why. Risk management, how to keep money in your pocket. So if you go on the website, there's quite a few free things there. There's some blogs on gold and all sorts of stuff. And again, if you're interested in getting full member, then we've got 30% off if you just want to join me for 10 sessions a week or more. In the live trading room, you can subscribe, 150 quid a month, and there we go. So I'm going to finish the video on this.
Alert trigger.
Oh, that's a good breakaway. Yeah, that's a fractal breakaway there, and all this was tracked. So I don't know if people have done that. Hi, Pep. Hi, guys.
Alert triggered.
There we go.
Alert triggered.
Let's just go and have a look at those. So this is a scanner. Basically, that's a scanner running. This is your opportunity. This gives you a wider time frame to underpin what's going on, like USD CAD here. It's trading under the 200 EMA, 5-minute, 15-minute breakaway, boom, already hit the target. It's just full of opportunities, and what people are tending to do is just switch this on, leave it in the background, or leave it on a tab, and every now and again flick over. When you find a trade, you can pick it up on your own machine and say, yep, I like it. No, I don't like it. If you want to use a 15-minute bar, the guide's there free. If you want to know how to trade the 15-minute bar, my YouTube channel full of 15-minute bar videos and 15-minute fractals to show you how to actually do it. So there's no excuse in not making any money at all. You've got a scanner that tells you where the trade is. You've got a piece of document that tells you how to do it, and you've got videos to show you as well. Talk about leading the horse to water and drinking for you at the same time. But there we go.
Steve,
Right.
where's the
Yes.
dates? You was talking about a date stamp that's been put on the scanner. I see it now. Yeah, sorry, right hand.
There it is.
I couldn't see it for the life of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah. I've got the video. It's about a 10-minute video. You know what I'm like. I'm trying to explain everything in excruciating detail. But someone did say to me, wouldn't it be a good idea if you showed us how to use this? And I'm thinking, I've just put in the description. So the scanner runs 5 days a week, every day, from about 6 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. And I put in the description thinking people would understand it. And I know the guys in the room kind of do, but there's not many people in the room running it because they run their own scanners that I've written for them anyway.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
people on YouTube who don't have scanners and don't use AI, and this is your opportunity. There is not another channel that exists that use AI technology like we do. There is not another channel in Northern Europe that does anything like we do. And we beat all American channels anyway. So it doesn't really make a lot of difference. But I refuse to do lots of advertising because I'm just here to help people, not sell advertising on YouTube. But if you're serious about trading, follow the channel. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe, put the thumbs up, and help the channel. It motivate me to do a few more things. I don't need a lot of motivation because I've got my own trading community anyway, and they keep me all motivated anyway. But if I can help people outside to get on the right track, this would be a good start for you to have a look. This is one of the 40-odd screeners that we do have, and this is one that just gives you a little heads up on where the trades might be and why they're there, and there's documents and videos to support that. I just have a quick look before I run of what their alert was. Forget that was natural gas, so it doesn't matter. We're not covering natural gas on here. Right, NASDAQ, US 500, and then so NASDAQ, the market's come down, resting. We expect these bottoms to hold. So this is all normal action. US 500. We need this to hold. If this breaks, then take the trade off and reevaluate. What we don't like here, observation just for people, is the market stepping down. As soon as I come off here, I'll be going onto the scanner to see if there's anyone there made any comments or needs any help at all. But I'm, as you know, in the room. I'm going to try and get the gold assessment out over the weekend, if not tonight. So to show you the person, it's just as well as strategies, I'm writing a guide on the personality of the asset. So it's no good just having strategies. You've got to understand the asset that you're trading. So I'm going to guide on how gold reacts, what it reacts to, why it reacts, what's a correlation to events in the world to gold, and vice versa. And one for the FTSE and one for the DAX, as well as core competency guides. Gold, and then I'm off.
Steve.
Yep.
Hi. Are we doing a monthly review on the bot pond?
No, we don't do monthly reviews in the bot pond. We're going to do one every quarter.
Ah, okay.
You weren't on the bot pond last year. What happened was me, Billy, no mates, or maybe one person turned up to look at the review because they all knew it was working good. Just for your heads up, it's making about 9%. It's made about 9% this month.
Excellent.
So that's not bad. We've been short. It's been short on the backside of BTC. So yeah, made 29% last year in a going bullish, in a bullish stroke bear market, and the new bots that we've got for trading crypto are absolutely smashing the market. If it continues like it is, it'll be 100% return a year. But let's not do any guesswork. It's looking good at the moment. Let's put it that way.
Only gutted that didn't put more in.
Well, it's like everything with trading. You always wish when you put your 1% on and it wins, you always wish you put 10 on, and when you put 10 on, it goes pear-shaped. You wish you'd put 1 on. The thing is, you got to choose your risk, stick with it, and that's it. And you can't add anything in. We closed the market in January, and that was it.
Yeah, great. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll just check. Is there anyone? Anyone in the room? Hi, Steve. Thanks for making me famous. Hey, Mickey Long's in. Hiya, Mike. How you doing, mate? Yeah, we talk about you all the time. We always talk about the Mickey trades. Are you along, Mick? Are you along? Yeah, we have a trade called the Mickey Long trade. Hope you're doing well, fella. And keep pressing that buy button on the S&P. Right, I'm off. I'm going to have a cup of coffee, and then
Alert trigger.
I'm going to get back onto the scanner. And the US 500's on the scanner, Mike, as well, by the way. See a bit, see how it's all doing. And what's that? That alert's driving me bonkers. Let's have a look at that alert before I go. Oh, it's the US 500. We'll put the US 500 because Mick will be interested in that as well. Well, it started with the bottom has held, as you can see, and it's the market's compressing a bit. If that was a bolly band, and if that was a Bollinger, the bolly would be pulling in. So we're about to break out of here, which is nice. And as I can say now, as soon as it gets up here, all the Mickey Longs will be really interested, and definitely on the pivots. But we'll just have to wait and see. The market is still early, and it's only an hour old. But it's a Friday. Do not forget, it is a Friday. It is the end of the month, and markets will get pushed up, then sold off. And don't forget, especially in the room, COMEX, the 27th is today on silver. And there is a big issue with silver today. There is going to be. Are there going to be promissory notes reissued? There are 4 times the amount of notes that more than the COMEX actually holds in hard silver. A real big problem in silver. And that's going to play out over the weekend and early next week. Is silver going to rocket in price? Is it going to be reevaluated, repriced? Don't know. Something has to happen. There is not enough silver in the world to go around. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week.
Cheers. Thanks so much. Bye, mate.